Hey everybody, welcome back to week 3 of the drum workshop. Today we're going to take a look at the hi-hat on the left foot and try to build a groove by the end of it. So remember, you need to provide structure to the music. You have to be in time all the time. It's like a boat, right? If the boat rocks, everybody tips with it, right? You got to keep them organized and in time. So let's go ahead and take a look at this initial hi-hat pattern here. Sorry, just having some formatting issues with that. And we're going to use our left foot for this. So let's just get a little loop set up. And we'll have our metronome on in the background. And let's get our left foot ready. 1, 2, ready, go. Pretty easy, right? So if on a real kit, those two cymbals of the hi-hat would move together as you press the pedal. On an electric kit, you wouldn't see the movement, so it's just happening on the pedal itself. I wonder why my metronome's not turning on. Okay, now exercise 2, we're going to switch between kind of like our double bass pattern, but we're going to be switching between our kick in the right foot and our hi-hat and our pedal in the left foot, okay? And pay attention, the pattern does change a little bit, and we'll loop this a few times. 1, 2, ready, go. One, two, last time. All right, there we go. So we're just trying to build some independence between the two legs, right? And you'll notice on stuff like this is where it gets tricky. You fall into an easy pattern, and then when it's time to change it or make it interesting, that's where the mistakes may lie. I would love to know why my metronome is not turning on. It's for you guys. Oh, it says it's muted. I don't remember muting it. All right, we'll see. Every time you go back to publish mode, that messes up. So number 3, we're going to be introducing the snare now on every beat, nice and stable, but we are switching the pattern, so look for that. We'll have an alternating pattern, and then we'll have a right pattern and a left pattern, okay? All while just keeping a nice march left and right or right and left in the feet. Let's go ahead and grab those. 1, 2, 4 times. Make sure you're alternating. And then right only. Left only. 2 more. All right. Hopefully that was easy. Pretty stable, so it's easy to kind of sink into that, but it's when you got to change things is when it'll get a little more difficult. So now we're going to close the hi-hat by just leaving our foot down. So like the pedal's nice when you need to make that hi-hat noise, but your hands are busy. You can just hit your foot. But now we're going to actually play it with our hand. And notice it's from the bottom, the foot. Now it's on top. It's the hand, okay? So your right hand is crossing over your left hand. And you'll see later that the snare plays the left and the right hand will play the hi-hat. So let's go ahead and take a look at this one. So we have our foot clamped down. We're playing kick drum on one, and we're just keeping the tempo with our hi-hat instead. So I'll make a little loop here. And let's do 4 of those. 1, 2, ready, go. It's a little stronger of a noise now. And this is the backbone of most grooves. All right, sorry I wasn't counting that one. I think that was 4. So now, when you see a little circle on it, that's when you hit it without your foot on it. You're just going to hit the hi-hat and it's going to go, ksh, it's going to sizzle, okay? So we call this an open hat or open hi-hat. And you hear this in all kinds of music, really. You can think of like dance music. That's a pretty common one, right? Boots and Cats, that kind of stuff. So now we're going to close it the whole time. Notice there's no kick, right? It's pedal, close, 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 pedal, open at the end, okay? Just trying to learn how to control that foot and get that sound you're looking for now. 1, 2, ready, go. That's one of my favorite sounds, that open hi-hat. It's a very fun sound. Now, it'd be wise to learn how to do it with either hand, right or left, and then you can truly open up the kit. But for now, you can just use your right hand for the hi-hat for most of that stuff. Okay, now we're starting to build a drum groove, right? This is a proper groove, and then we just have a harder groove down here. So we're going to have a very stable 1, 2, 3, 4 on everything, and then an open hat at the end. So this was my first time making drum notation. One little thing you might be able to change to make it easier, I did catch it in week 4, is like when you're coming from an open hat, it might be easier to just hit the pedal before you hit the, you know what I mean? Because you have to hit the pedal to hit the hi-hat anyway. So stuff like right here, when you're coming from an open, you could interpret this one as like being a pedal. So that's just my mistake. I'm learning too, right? As I'm helping you guys. So either or is fine. It is possible to catch that too. You just slam it down and hit it at the same time. It's all the same thing. It's about coordination with the drums, making your feet and your hands feel like they're doing the same kind of thing. Let's try 4 of number 6. 1, 2, ready, go. All right. Not too bad, right? Pretty simple. And then in hard mode, we have eighth note hi-hats with opens, and then back to eighth note hi-hats. And we have a little baby drum fill right here at the end. So since it's hard mode, go ahead and take a listen to what you're going for first. All right, let's try 4 rounds of that, okay? So you got to have a solid groove in the right hand, kind of pushing and pulling. You got to be on time, and you got to remember to let it breathe on those open hi-hats, and then let it breathe even earlier and follow up with a fill, okay? This could be the part where it gets sloppy, right? Where you have to kind of switch it up a little bit. You got to know where the one's at, okay? Always count, always feel the one. If you're just cheesing through these, you're not developing your sense of rhythm, okay? That could be you holding yourself back at that point. You need to ask yourself, am I on time? Are you using the metronome? Are you playing along with the videos? That's the only way. I'm using this program, so it's for sure in time for you, right? You can always hear it in time. So yeah, get a metronome on your phone if you haven't yet. I'm not sure why this one wasn't working. It was working just a moment ago. But we can still hear the hi-hat, and that's kind of serving as our metronome for now. All right, ready? 1, 2, eighth notes, go. Two and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2. Oh, stupid loop. You see I have the loop selected, right? I don't know why it does that. That's a MuseScore thing. Sorry about that. Let's go ahead and rewind it. We'll try that again. Ready? Ready, go. Nice. So hopefully you're making some progress and you're seeing your skill set grow. If you haven't got a kit yet, there's only so much you can do, right? But you can always practice on pillows and stuff and just use the floor and fake pedals. You might be noticing that, hey, it's not that hard to get these grooves going. And you're right, it is actually quite easy to start drums. I've had no formal training. I've taught myself a lot. But it's hard to get that solid, confident kind of sound where you're really in control of the kit and you're in control of the tempo. And you ever notice, like on a cool drum solo, if you're not watching drummers, you should. I already showed you guys, my first week anyway, I showed you guys one of my favorites. You should always be watching musicians if you're a musician. But like one of my favorite things about drummers is like when they're so good, it's like, it's almost hard to tell where they're at, but they know where they're at. And it's like a mystery listening to them, right? When you hear a guitar player or a piano player, you can like figure out that chord, right? Like I can hear the notes, I can pick that apart, but like, to copy someone's rhythm, to like feel the groove they were feeling, that's kind of tricky to do, right? You gotta be as in tune as they are. So spend some time on those. You should be reviewing the old stuff as well, and I'll see you for the final week next time.